Hi everyone. I want to make a video today to continue our word problem review. So we're going to look at two different word problems and we're going to be talking about three different things. We're going to first be talking about the words that we hear in the problem that help us know if it's an addition or subtraction word problem. We're then going to actually create a number sentence, and then we're going to talk about the ways that we might be able to rearrange our number sentence to make it easier to add or subtract. So let's look at our first word problem here. It says Miss Stamos had 18 markers. She let Miss S borrow 3 markers, and then she let Miss Lynch borrow 8 markers. How many markers does Miss Stamos have left? So I'm hearing a few different words in here that are signaling to me what kind of word problem this might be. I hear this phrase here, how many does Miss Stamos have left? And we've talked about how that language usually signals that we are subtracting or taking away. I also hear that she let Miss S borrow some, so she's giving away markers to both Miss S and Miss Lynch. That means that Miss Stamos is going to end up with fewer markers than when she began. And that word fewer also signals that we are taking away or subtracting. So let's create a number sentence for this problem. I know that I'm subtracting, and I have 3 numbers in the problem, and I've created the numbers a little bit bigger so that we can all look at them. So I have 18, I have the number 3, and I have the number 8. And so we're going to look at these 3 numbers, and I want to figure out, what do I do with these numbers? We just decided that we are subtracting. So a number sentence that I can make with the numbers that I've pulled out of the problem is 18 minus 3 minus 8 equals blank. Now, to solve a number sentence like this, there's a few different strategies we can use. The first is that we could just simply solve it as it's written out here. So I can do 18 minus 3, figure out what that is, and then subtract 8 from that total. So 18 minus 3 is 15. Now I have 15 minus 8. And if I do 15 minus 8, I can draw a picture to help me figure out 15 minus 8. I can count backwards, or you might know this fact already in your head. So whatever method you choose to solve, you'll do 15 minus 8, and you get 7. Now, that's one way we can solve this. We can also rearrange the numbers in the problem. So, for instance, I have 3 numbers. I have 18, 3, and 8. What if I move the 3 and the 8? If I switch places, now I have 18 minus 8 minus 3. Now you might be asking, why did you do that, Miss Stamos? And I rearranged the numbers in the problem because I find that it's easier to subtract 8 from 18 because we've learned a rule for when we're subtracting a 1-digit number from a teen number, and the number in the ones place is the same in both numbers. So 8 is the same as 8 ones, and 18 is 1 10 and 8 ones. So if I take the ones away, this turns into 10. Now I just have 10 minus 3. And if I think about my pairs that add to 10, I know 7 and 3 is a pair that adds to 10. So 10 minus 3 must equal 7. So that's another way to get to 7. If that was a little fast for you, you can rewind and listen to it again, or you can stick with me here, and I'm going to go through a subtraction problem now. So for my subtraction problem, similar process. We're going to read the problem first. It says, Miss Stamos has 3 M&Ms. Miss Lewis gives her 5 more. Then Mrs. Song gives her 7 more. How many M&Ms does Miss Stamos have in all? Okay, I'm going to think again about the important words that I heard in the problem. I hear that this problem is asking me for how many M&Ms Miss Stamos has in all. In all usually signals that this is an addition word problem because it's asking for the total. I also heard that Miss Stamos had 3 M&Ms and then she's given more and more. That word more tells me that we're adding. When we're adding, we're asked how many more, right? So I need to figure out how many M&Ms Miss Stamos has now. So just like in our last problem, I have 3 numbers in the problem, and I'm going to put the 3 numbers on my board here, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to set up a number sentence, and then we're going to move the numbers around a bit. So if you remember, Miss Stamos started with 3, so I have 3 here. Then Miss Lewis gave her 5, so I'm going to put a 5 here, and then Mrs. Song gave her 7. So I'm going to put my 7 on the board here. So now I have my 3 parts of this problem, and we just listened to the language in the problem and decided that this is an addition word problem. So we're going to write an addition number sentence with 3 parts. So the way I have the numbers laid out right now, I'm going to do 3 plus 5 plus 7 equals blank. Now if I have the numbers like this, I would solve 3 plus 5 first, and I know that's 8. And then 8 plus 7 equals, from our last problem, we had those same numbers and it equaled 15. So I know that 3 plus 5 plus 7 equals 15. Now, just like we did with the subtraction number sentence, we can rearrange the numbers in this word problem to actually help us solve this even quicker. So within this set of numbers, there is a pair that adds to 10. That is the number 3 and the number 7. So if I move those numbers next to each other, then it makes it a little bit simpler to solve. So I'm going to rearrange the numbers on my board here. And now I'm going to write one more number sentence with the way my numbers are rearranged. So now I have 3, 7, and 5. So let me write another number sentence. It would be 3 plus 7 plus 5 equals blank. And I know right away, 3 plus 7, that's a pair that adds to 10. So I make that 10. And then I know my 10 plus facts. We've worked really hard on them in class. So I should know right away that 10 plus 5 is 15. So that's an easier way to solve, and not everyone's brain works this way. So if it doesn't help you to rearrange the numbers, or if it doesn't help you to find the pairs that add to 10, don't worry about it, okay? But if that's a strategy that helps you, like for my brain, it helps me to find the numbers that add to 10, because I know my 10 plus facts much better than I know other math facts. So that's why I like to do that. I hope that you take some time to practice word problems and join me again tomorrow for another math meeting if you'd like. And if you're not able to join, these review videos are really made to help you get a good idea of what we're doing in the math meeting. And I hope that either way you're practicing and growing your brain at home. And I'll see you all soon.